Okay, so I want to talk about the law of attraction. Yeah. This is the book, The Power. Yeah. This is by Rhonda Byrne or something like that. And it's basically The Secret. And The Secret talks about the law of attraction. I want to talk about this just because I'm not sure everybody knows about the law of attraction. Like, I know Dari did a video on it, and one of the boys did a video on it. And I know they're like very known people on YouTube, so yeah, you should watch their videos. And mine, but whatever. It's strange, you know? It's like you've been doing something for so long, and then finally somebody writes a book on it, and you feel like, crap, I could have been getting rich off this. But anyways, that's not the point here. The point is that it works. And the fact that you do it every day and you don't know that you do it and it helps you, to have somebody point it out to you so you can do it more and more will only help you more. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, hopefully you do. Basically like this. Before, I didn't know anything about the law of attraction, and I've been using it for like all of my life, ever since I was like a baby. That's how I always get what I want. I've always been the first one to get everything, because when I want something, I dream about it. Like, I remember when I was a little girl and I wanted an iPod, and I was like in the second, third grade. Yeah, I was like in the third grade. I was like in third or fourth grade, and I wanted an iPod, and I wanted one so badly. Not just any iPod. I wanted an Apple iPod. Mind you, I was in third grade. I wanted an Apple iPod, and like I had dreamed about it. Like, I sat there and I said it. I used to chant it to myself. I want an iPod. I want an iPod. I want an Apple iPod. I would chant it to myself all day, every day. I would do it in my sleep. I would dream about it. Finally, came around, I was like 8 years old or something. Not 8 years old, but I was like 6, 7, something, one of these ages. And my dad was like, he was like, Merry Christmas. And then he gave me this little pink iPod. And I was like, yes, bingo. And like, I started screaming and crying. And then like, now I'm not in middle school anymore, but I was like the only kid in middle school who had an iPhone. I was the only kid in middle school who had a Sidekick, 'cause I got the Sidekick 3 first, and then they started coming out with a bunch of Sidekick, like right when I get the Sidekick 3, they want to start coming out. Like, they hadn't been coming out with Sidekick 3s. Like, they hadn't been coming out with a new version of a Sidekick for like 3-4 years now. But when I want to buy a Sidekick, then they want to come out with a Sidekick LX, a Sidekick Gecko, all that crap. I was pretty pissed. So I went ahead and I was like, you know what, screw you. I'm going to go ahead and get myself an iPhone. And got myself an iPhone. And, well, I didn't get myself an iPhone, but I sat there and I was like, I want an iPhone, I want an iPhone, I want an iPhone, I want an iPhone. I didn't say I don't want to not get an iPhone. I've never, because one, that's too much to say, and two, that just sounds stupid. It's easier to say I want an iPhone. But I kept saying it to myself. I finally got an iPhone 3G. And then, after I got the iPhone 3G, I was the only kid in middle school who had one. And I never broke it, surprisingly. Well, yeah, I did. I was throwing it in the street with my friend, and then, like, I tried to dodge it. No, with a different story. I kept telling myself that I wanted an iPhone. And I finally got one. Now, my iPhone 3G is broken right now, horribly. I dropped it in the toilet Monday morning right before school. I was so mad. Like, I went to use the bathroom, and I had it in my back pocket, and I pulled my pants down, and it just alley-ooped into the toilet. And I didn't cry. I didn't really have time for that. I didn't want to miss my bus. But I took it out, went to school, and I was like, I want my iPhone to work. I want my iPhone to work. I want my iPhone to work. And I said this over and over and over again. Now I know about the law of attraction. I've known about it for like a year or so. But I said it because, law of attraction works. I'm telling it to the universe, The universe. I want my iPhone to work. The universe has created all of these elements and everything the iPhone is composed of, it is created. And it is given it to me. The universe knows I'm not in love with my iPhone. I'm not trying to bring it into a creepy love, but he knows that I need my iPhone. Like, I use it every day. He knows the dealio. He knows the relationship. The universe knows the relationship between me and my phone. So I tell him, I'm like, yo, I want my iPhone to work. I want my iPhone to work. I get to school, everybody's like, okay, Chaz, you dropped it in the toilet, put it in some rice. And I'm like, sounds creepy, but I'm going to do it. I put it in this little bag of rice. Like, I'm going to go get it to show you. I'm so serious. So, oh, this is my first iPod that I ever got. That big dinosaur sucker. When I was a little girl, only kid in elementary school who had an iPod. Even, like, I was in 3rd grade and 5th graders were like, oh my god, you have an iPod. I was like, yeah. So, this is my iPhone 3. I've had it for, like, crap. I've had it for, like, forever. And dropped it in the toilet, yeah. This is the bag of rice that I put it in. And it actually works. So if you ever drop any electronic in water, put it in a bag of rice. Like, I'm so serious, it works. For me, after I took my phone out of the toilet, I brought it to school and I didn't put it in rice. I put it in rice when I got home. So I'm pretty sure I would have got a lot of water damage. And plus, like, all throughout school, I was trying to get the water out. So I was doing this, like hitting the bottom to get the water out. But, that's what I did. And it worked. It worked for like a day, and then I stopped saying to myself, I want my iPhone to work, because obviously it was working. But then, like, I was thinking, I was like, you know what, because at first my mom was like, call your father, you know, tell your dad that your phone isn't working. But I didn't want to tell my dad, because he always prides me in keeping my phone. He was like, wow, it's amazing, you know, your brother dropped his iPhone. My brother's like 22 years old, and he dropped his iPhone a long time ago, and he has the iPhone 4. But my dad was like, out of all, because my dad bought me one, my brother one, and himself one. My dad never drops any of his phones. Like, he can keep his iPhone 3 for like years. My brother dropped his like a year after he got his iPhone. And then 2 years later, I just now dropped mine in the toilet. And I didn't want to tell my dad because I felt like that's a disappointment. So I was like, okay, let me just see if the rice thing works. And then my mom was like, you know what? No, call your dad. You know, get it done. Call your dad, tell him that your phone doesn't work. So I was like, okay, fine. My brother called my dad. I don't know what they talked about, but I kept telling myself, like, I got tired of the iPhone 3. I was like, even if it does work, it's doing this whole cut on, cut off thing. I don't want a crappy phone. Like, if you can see, a long time ago, I dropped it, and like the silencer doesn't even work anymore, and like, it's just crappy. No, I don't even want that crap anymore. So after a while, I was telling myself, even before I dropped in the toilet, that I want an iPhone 4. Guess what I'm recording this video on? Yeah, playa, an iPhone 4. That's what I'm recording this junk on. And it is nice. Like, do you see that? Like, I'm looking. The reason that it always looks like I'm looking over there is because I'm looking at the screen. Because, like, this one, I would literally have to take pictures like this. And then, you know, turn it over, see if I got the picture. Oh, I didn't get it right. I'm going to have to turn it. This one has a camera right here. Yeah, right there. So I'm looking at myself. Like right now, I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at the screen. I could look at the camera, but I look at the camera, but then I see myself over here. And it's like screwing up my brain. That's why I keep looking over here. But anyways, law of attraction works. It's fact. I am a victim of law of attraction. I got my iPhone 4. I mean, it takes a while to get it. But you get it, and the wait is worth it. Like, I'm sitting here using an iPhone. I'm pretty sure the iPhone 5 is going to come out. Like, I had an option. I can get a crappy phone and wait for the iPhone 5, or I can get an iPhone 4. But who wants to get a crappy phone? You know, I get the iPhone 4, love it, get the iPhone 5 later. No one even knows if that's really coming out. That's just a rumor. But this video is getting long. I just want to let you know, law of attraction works. Sorry, everybody knows it works. It's the business, it's the shiz biz. It's what we're using. I mean, I'm not Christian. That's a conversation for another video. But yeah, it's the biz.